6 over 60, a show about living a great life at a great age. This show is made possible because of You Care and Northern Tier Insurance.
Hi, welcome to 6 over 60. I'm here in Vergas, Minnesota with Bev Flateland. Hi.
Good morning.
Hi, it's a beautiful day. We've had some rain, but it is cleared up.
Yes, amazingly. Blue skies.
Blue skies. And I have my gardening hat on because we're talking gardening. So Bev is a gardener and you garden for people, right?
I do. I've been doing this for 10, 15 years probably already.
Okay. And what does that mean? People pay you to like plant and
People
weed?
pay me to plant, basically to maintain their gardens. What happens frequently is that I talk them into more gardens.
There you go.
Very much fun to plant and design a new garden, not so much to maintain it, but
it's good to get out there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I'm not fond of weeds, and so that's a good job for me.
There you go. Yeah. Real quick before we get a tour for gardens, what got you into gardening? Like, what do you like about it?
I don't know. I guess the outside, the flowers, it apparently is something I was meant to do.
There you go.
To begin with, I would have never thought of it 20 years ago, but I got hired at Jean's the Right Plant Place in Perham and worked there for probably close to 10 years and just found the love for it.
Nice. Yeah, you're outside. And then another question is, people always ask, how do you always bend over? That's what's keeping you young, huh?
Probably.
Up and down. And...
I can't get on my knees.
Okay.
I have bad knees, so I bend over.
You bend over, and that keeps you young. Our show's about people living a great life at a great age, and gardening keeps you young, keeps you creative, right? Keeps you outside.
Yes, outside the fresh air and next to God's beauty. And
that's right. And
the weeds, the unbeauty.
Yes. I'm really into pollinator gardens, and so I always like to see what we do for our bees and butterflies. And
there are 2 different kinds of milkweed in here, Asclepias.
Ah, good job.
This is the swamp one, and back in the mess over here. Well, I'm working.
So Bev said that we are seeing her worst garden first. And why do you call this your worst garden?
Because it has not been cleaned since April, as you can tell.
So it needs some weeding, which I still. Okay, so what do you got here?
This is Asclepias ice ballet. And it's white, and that's the one that I find the most monarch caterpillars on.
Really?
Yep.
See,
any plants that bloom blue are good for bees.
Bees, okay. But bees like kind of everything, don't they?
They do, but they
really
tend towards the blue.
All right, and so you have things labeled and...
Yep, because I can't remember everything.
Right. All right, so this one, I can see you've got your little tub here. You've been at it.
I've been at it. This is my hoe. This is my right hand. That is how I weed.
Oh, that's again a handy little device.
It is. It goes in my back pocket.
I need to get one of those. So you just, because I've been pulling up, but let's see.
I'm going to just weed it up like this.
Oh my gosh, where do I get one of those?
Jean's the Right Plant Place. I'm not sure if they sell them. I know they don't sell them like in the most stores. This is a Japanese item or something. This one's, as you can tell, well used.
Nice. I need one of those.
They are very good, and once you're used to using it, you can't garden otherwise.
Yeah.
I dig holes when I'm planting my annuals in the spring, and I can't work without it.
All right.
I keep this, and I keep them in my back pocket, so I'm not spending my whole day running around looking for my tools. This is my handy-dandy little stainless steel snips. Also stays in my pocket so that I can deadhead.
Oh, that's what you do. And why do you deadhead?
So it looks nicer.
Okay, so it looks nicer, but...
Looks nicer, cleans it up. Some stuff will rebloom.
Okay.
If you deadhead it. Some stuff I leave, like this little plant over here.
And like you have cages around things, and that's
I do because I'm too anal and I don't like it when things flop.
Oh, so that's to keep things up.
And for the most part, you could see it'll grow through it.
Got it. Okay.
This is Delphinium Butterfly Blue. I wished it was blooming. It's very close.
I like your metal things because I just have these little ones and they blow away. So those are snazzy.
And then what I do is I write it on the back side also. Because frequently that will wear off in the sun and then I still have it in the back.
Nice.
This plant I let go to seed the first time so that it...
Oh, guts.
Yep. I don't like to use preen. I resorted to having to over there because it was too bad.
You don't like to what? Resorting to preen?
Preen.
What does that mean? I know
preen is a pre-emergent weed killer.
Oh yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
It won't kill anything that's up, but it'll kill all the seeds. So not only does it kill weed seeds, it kills flower seeds.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of all that stuff.
I don't use it unless I absolutely have to.
So what I like here is your artwork too. So I have a pollinator garden, and my family thinks that it's like, oh, it looks weedy because it blooms at different times of the year. So they're like, add some artwork in there. Yours is obviously much better than mine, but I'm just a newbie. No. But you know, adding the little artwork makes it look more inviting and like, oh, this is on purpose.
Something else. Yep.
It's not just weeds.
Yep.
Even though you can tell yours aren't weeds. Mine are still new, so you can't tell.
You can see there's a...
Look at these guys.
A bee right there.
Oh. Wow, these are beautiful. What are these?
This is Missouri primrose. It needs to be made a bit smaller, but it's blooming now, so I'll wait until it's done blooming.
And then
the delphinium's starting to bloom up.
And then this is your husband's garden that you're not...
This is actually the raspberry cage.
Oh,
and we had,
that is raspberries. I didn't even look.
We had all of these raspberries coming, and I asked him how they were doing, and he said, fine. And I had looked earlier, and they were all gone. So the squirrels were in here.
Squirrels are having a party.
Oh, they were eating raspberries like nuts. So this went up the next day.
Wow, raspberries. Yeah, they're like, thank you so much for lunch. This is adorable.
Well, these poor zinnias they need some heat. And that's just been a lack. This garden was also underwater in the rain.
Yeah, yeah. So do you have, for watering, do you have sprinkler systems, or does nature take it?
Sprinkler system, because we're right on the lake.
So you like have bubblers, or you just do the
Nope. Yeah, he does their sprinkler heads. Basically for the lawn, but it hits a few of the gardens. Okay. Otherwise, we run a hose and...
Got it. So then you've got this over here, and this is getting into your... How would you describe these plants?
These are all hostas. This is my hosta bed.
Okay.
One of my hosta beds.
Man, it's just beautiful.
This one I got from a guy many years ago who was a grower. He would do his own, and he died of cancer. And so I bought this one. It's called Anderson's Big Blue. And it's finally big.
Nice.
And blue. Yeah.
And I got a peek over here at your shoreline. This looks nice because it's natural.
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to leave so much of a length for the
fist bump. I'm all about shoreline, and you're just not supposed to mow all the way down because you need... All these plants will keep, erosion from happening.
And catch the runoff.
So that catches for runoff, and it's just good habitat. So, and plus it's less maintenance. You don't have to mow down the hillside. And here's your other hosta.
Yep, my other hosta area. This is my bleeding heart.
Ooh, I love those. Is that a late bloomer, or did it already do its thing?
It's done. Yep. They bloom in the spring. I planted a few bulbs, and I didn't deadhead them.
Okay.
And they seeded, especially over here in my little mini bed. It's called Squill, and it's a beautiful blue flower. It blooms early. It's a spring. But then it looks like you got grass all over.
Oh.
So I wait until my hostas come up so I don't pull them out, and I just rip the top off, and they come back year after year.
I was saying when I walked in, I like your little path.
Yes.
That just adds, character.
Well, and that's how you have to get in there to weed.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you have any advice for gardeners?
Plant what you like, and if it doesn't work in one place, move it.
Move it.
I have a client who is all about moving everything.
Oh, that's nice.
That's her fun thing to do. So that's what we do, is we just pick up stuff and move it all the time.
Well, and I also like that, like, have fun with it. Like, my son has gotten me into gardening, and he's like, Mom, have fun with it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Gives you a chance to try something else.
But isn't it funny how you are so proud of yourself when it works?
Yes.
You're like, oh my gosh, my flowers are coming up.
Yep.
Everything's happening. And then I saw butterflies in my little yard, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm attracting butterflies.
Hummingbirds. Yep. All of that is just, people tell me you can't do a nice garden with hostas. I'm sorry, I don't buy that.
Yeah. Adam, take a scan over here and look. Isn't this beautiful, everybody?
This is a ligularia here.
This guy right here?
Yep, this guy blooms in the fall. There's two different kinds. There's a spiky flower. This one is more of a daisy kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I've had clients that it seeds all over. It doesn't seed here, I don't know.
Yeah, and then like in talking to people that have helped me with gardening, they're like, try and get stuff that blooms all year. So you got early spring, late fall, so that pollinators have things.
Spring, summer, fall,
so that they have something, yeah.
My Russian sage up there will bloom late July or so, and that's a blue plant, and it's full of bees.
Oh, wow, see, isn't that?
So, and it stays like that. I usually cut it down in the fall a little ways because it gets a little.
And so now this is a dumb question, but what does this look like in the winter? Do you cut all this down?
I don't cut it down because by fall I'm tired.
And so then in the spring?
And I just let it all fall, and when it freezes, it gets real soft, and you just rake it off in the spring.
Oh, that's it. You just rake it off. Okay.
Except for this guy, you do have to cut. But for the hostas, for the most part, you just rake it off, and it's I think less time spending because you're raking off leaves anyhow than if you went to cut it all down.
Well, and the other thing too is, doesn't it give like habitat and coverage for your plants so they don't
that's
freeze?
what I was told. If we don't get snow like last year, at least you have the leaves laying on top of them.
Right, to not kill them. So, well, Bev, thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Wave goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
Thanks so much. This has been 6 over 60, and thanks for joining.
Keep gardening.